You buy a home, or B, you buy rental properties. You buy a home, you got lights, maintenance, insurance, water, all the bills. You got that stuff you got to pay out. Someone say, well, you got to have that anyway. True. But it's about how you pay for it. And let me give you this example. Why you should spend it on this. If you get $300,000 in rentals, okay, and let's say you have an 8 unit or buy 8 properties over time, and they all bring in 800. You got 8 units and they're bringing in 800. So what's 8 times 8 is what? 64. And again, net operating income, we're going to go 3,200. So ask yourself, do I want to buy a home and pay all this plus extra? Excuse me, let me put this in. The mortgage is going to be $1,600 plus your lights and anything. You're going to have to pay $2,000. So do you want to pay $2,000 to live in a big, nice home? Or would you want to buy rentals and make an extra $3,200 potentially over time? And then again, you have appreciation, rent increase, $3,200 or $6,000, or really let's just go to $5,000. Okay, there's always going to be some type of little expense. Eventually, after probably about 4 years, you'll be getting $5,000 a month in rent. How I know? Because again, experience. It's just easy math. Either make $5,000 a month, which is $60,000 a year. Either make $60,000 a year from owning real estate, sacrificing, or you can spend all your $300,000 on a home or a car or whatever. I would spend all this $300,000 into something that's going to make money. Well, somebody say, well, when you own your own home, you eventually, you don't have to pay any bills, and it's all yours, and this and that. And you're sitting on a $300,000 home. You can't do nothing with that money. You're just sitting there. You come in, live, show it off, have parties. Hey, to each his own. I just wanted to show you a different way to look at it, which I've done. So I can take this $60,000 a year that I make off this and, and go and buy another home. Again, over time, this $300,000 will appreciate. You can do something that's called cash out refinance. There's just so many other ways. I wouldn't buy a $300,000 home until you're making about, at least $2 million a year. I mean, really. But hey, we all live over our budget. But hey, I hope to just show you like a different insight. You get the $50,000 job or more, or $100,000 job. You got 2 options with the bank. Any bank. As long as your credit is good. Remember, you got your debt to income ratio. Decrease your credit card expenses, your car note, this and that. Okay? Go to the bank. Tell them, hey, what is the most that I can get that you all will loan me based on my $50,000 job, or your 60, 70, 100,000, or if you're self-employed and let's say your business is making you $50,000, $40,000, $50,000. Okay? If your business is bringing in $500,000 a year, it should be noted that you should be paying yourself about $50,000 a year. Okay, that's how those numbers work. Usually it's 10% of what your business makes. is your income as a business owner. So, you know, if you want to make $100,000 as a, you know, business owner every year, your business needs to be bringing in $1 million, you know, to keep it afloat, marketing, employees, and scale out, all that. Okay, so anyway, sidetrack again. I think I'd rather make $60,000 a year than to live in a $300,000 home to where I have to go to work every day to keep up with this property. The expenses cover itself. I mean, you have people renting it out, and also you don't have to worry about three things people worry about are the tenant, the termites or pests, and repairs, toilets, and all that. But there are people out there that does that stuff. Either you can learn and do it. Sometimes I do my own. Other times I don't have the skill to do it. So I just, you know. But the rent pays for that stuff. But over time, build up. It takes time. This is not a quick get-rich scheme type in industry, but it's a get-rich for sure type industry. It takes time to build up to these numbers. The bank is your best friend. Or you can get a private money lender. Plenty of people out here that want to invest in real estate and they can't find the deal. Well, guess what? That's where I come into place. You come into place. Find the deal. Make sure it's a good enough deal. Go for it. Again, how to use your W-2 to get into rental properties. Again, go to the bank. I would start out with a small bank. I would not get in any debt. I would not go buy a new car, new house. I would not buy any of that because then you're putting yourself in the pool of you have to go and work because you have to keep up a certain lifestyle. Invest first and then have your lifestyle to where you're living free. That's just the only way. And again, that $6,000 a month from a $300,000, and it could be more, you know, it eliminates your bills for sure. And as appreciation continues to increase, you can take this property back to the bank, cash out, because over time the loan gets paid down, and that increases equity. The property is going to increase, and you go back to the bank and say, "Hey, you know, I have, you know, just for example, I have $100,000 in equity. I think I need to get that, and you know, you use that $100,000 to go buy you, you know, a house or something, you know, to continue to make more money." So hey, this is your guy Cam, and that's exactly what I did with this property. I said, hey, instead of me, you know, I got to pay expenses and this and that. How can I make money off this property? Airbnb. So I intend to rent this house out on Airbnb, or this property. In the market around here, same property, $150 a day. Okay. So let's just say it's rented out for 20 days out the year. I don't know, whatever number that is. Like, I don't know, maybe like $2,800 maybe. I don't know. Yeah. $2,800 on Airbnb. That's the difference between something that we call are you a producer or consumer? And again, I do a straight video just on this. Are you a consumer or producer? Producer always think of making money. A consumer always think of spending money. Someone says the same thing. No, it's not. A producer is going to buy things that are assets. or spend their money on things that are assets that's going to make them money. And the consumer is going to spend stuff on money all the time. All the time. You're always out shopping. You're always trying to buy another car. Always going on vacation. Always. And if your liabilities, so with a producer buy these first so that these can pay for these. A consumer goes and work and buy these. See the difference? The difference. A producer is going to buy assets first, and then the producer will always buy assets to pay for liabilities. The consumer will go to work or receive money, and the first thing they want to think of is how to spend it on liabilities. And somebody said, well, you gotta have, no. You can start out buying assets and let your assets eventually pay for them. Or if you are a consumer, you eventually have to wean yourself off of buying liabilities. Out to eat all the time. Always thinking about, dang, what car can I have? Or they thinking about the next clothes and shoes. And it's okay to think about that, but how are you paying for these things? Are you working just to pay for these things? If so, then you're a consumer. This it is what it is. The producer needs the consumer and the consumer needs the producer. Whichever aisle you on is, that's a person. Buy things that make money. And so with me, I buy rental properties because they make money. Okay? Can you buy a car and make money? Of course. If you're going to buy a car, a brand new car, and let's say you put it on this website that's called Turo, where you rent out your car. Long as whoever uses it can pay for your monthly note, then it's an asset because this car is making money. If you buy a car and you just like to ride around, show, and this and that, you're a consumer. If you buy a nice car or any car and you put it on Turo and you make money off of it, you're a producer because now you're thinking, how I know I can make money off this car. Now I can use that money to, buy whatever I want to buy. Or the same way with your house. You can buy a home and you can put it on Airbnb or VRBO, VBRO, whatever, or the other ones. You're thinking of making money. Somebody say, well, for the love of the money is the root of all it, whatever. Look, you got to live out here. You got to pay these bills. I don't want to hear that. So don't mix money and the love. Those are two different things. So, but you need money. And it is okay if you think of how can I make more of this so I can pay for my bills. Producer or consumer? Use your W-2. Hey, it's your guy Cam. Hope you've learned something. Again, I'll go into specific details about each one of these topics. Turbo, if you're a producer or consumer, I go into detail assets, liabilities, how to use your W-2. It's just so much we are going to go into. I hope you learned something on this channel. Like my channel, subscribe to it, whatever. Don't like it. Send good news, bad news. It all helps. So, yeah. I hope somebody get the same soon. That, hey man, I bought a rental property and see what you're saying. See what you're saying, or you say, hey, you know what? I didn't even think. I do have monthly bills, and I do need to figure out a way to pay for those things instead of going to that boring 9 to 5, or it's stressing you out. A lot of reasons why you don't like your job because you have no goal, no reason to be working. But once you say, hey, you know what? I'm going to use my W-2 so that I can eliminate those bills, then you have a reason and a purpose to be going to work. Okay? Hey, again, this your guy Cam. Hope that you learn, apply this, create wealth, you understand it. Let me know. Have a good day.